With the next session on modern customer experience challenges, balancing personalization, efficiency, and ROI by Mr. Hani Vyas, Head VP Global Analyst Relations and BI at Transcom. Can we have a big round of applause for Mr. Vyas? Hani will record an extensive expertise in developing strong industry analyst relationships, helping companies gain analyst recognition. He has successfully managed analyst subscriptions, contracts, briefing, visits, and more. He has proven experience in building and leading teams of business and research analysts, providing invaluable support for marketing strategy development. With hands-on experience, Hani has conducted strategic research on industries, markets, and competitions, offering actionable intelligence and creating tools for real-time insights. He has also developed accessible knowledge based on bases and libraries on SharePoints. He has demonstrated abilities to conceptualize, design, execute, and analyze organizational-wide client NPS programs and surveys, capturing valuable feedback to drive organizational improvements. Over to you, sir.
My voice goes to the last row. Okay. Thank you so much. I didn't know so much about me, so thank you so much for this good introduction. It's a very detailed one, and I'm sorry it was a long one. But thank you once again for inviting me to this beautiful conference and gathering of this leadership team. And this is the second time that I'm presenting and sharing my thoughts with you all. So without much ado, and let's start the morning. So good morning, everyone. Take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. No, don't worry. I'm not going to do any yoga. We're not going for any yoga things. But we are here for meditating on the CX challenges, what all CX challenges we are facing right now. And, I would say, Vande Bharat Vishwagurum. So when we are on the path of becoming the world leaders, especially for the global crisis or the global matters, and when we are thinking of sharing our knowledge, our expertise to the entire world, and when we talk about balancing personalization, efficiency, and ROI, it will be our loss. I mean, if we ignore, the golden heritage of the great Bharat and how we lay emphasis on the inner conscience, how we develop our knowledge, our wisdom, and how we develop ourselves to more superior beings. And this is the greatest heritage in the world that Bharat, brings to the table. So when we see this, this picture, I have put this purposely, this title cover page. And what we are seeing over here is that all of these beings, which are meditating right now, they are manifesting the same thing. It's not like they are, thinking of some supreme being or something, but they are manifesting themselves and they are sharing their minds. So when we share our minds, we are manifesting something that is related to everyone and it affects everyone. And that is the biggest, I will say, the secret towards balancing personalization. If you want to make your solutions, if you want to make your entire ERP architecture or your framework design thinking to be more personal, let us do the mind sharing, lay emphasis on the design thinking process. That is the first initial thing that we need to learn. If we are thinking of generative AI or designing some process where it is making more personalized, more effective, more efficient, and trying to bring the best outcome of our solutions, we need to think of mind sharing. I would say brainstorming is not the right word. Mind sharing is the right word. When we share our minds, we are going in the right direction instead of brainstorming. So I'll just make a quote over here. Vigyan sarthi hi shubhra prakashe karuna plutah. So when we talk about knowledge with compassion, that is where we are heading towards the light. Okay, so let's think about now, when we talk about the challenges, what all challenges have we gone through throughout this entire journey of the CX transformation, the CX programs, the BPO, advent of the technologies, AI and everything. What all we have crossed the paths, and where are we reaching now? We started from normally handling customer service problems, okay, and consumer problems. Then we moved on to the first level of NLP, where we introduced the IVR, when we automated response systems and everything, and we moved towards the journey of customer mapping, the customer journey mapping and everything. We went to the phase of contact center as a softwares. We went to the phase of channel revolution, self-service, digital channels, and social channels and everything. We went to the next step, the second phase of natural language processing, when it was combined with big data, CX analytics, agent and process optimization, where we talked about how we can optimize our agent efficiencies and how we go through that phase of automating more and more stuff for our agents, for our customers, for our clients and everything. And then when we came to the stage of IoT, where we had those advanced machines, where the knowledge sharing or the triggers of the insights and analysis were happening, and machines were taking care of that. That combined with the bot revolution. So when the bot revolution came in, we started seeing more and more people driving towards the bots, making intelligent bots, making automated bots, and trying to bring out the less customer effort solutions, where the customers don't need to wait for handle times, long handle times to speak to a live agent. And that was the primary reason driving that bot revolution, that customers do not need to wait for speaking to a live person or to get their matters resolved. But what happened is that it also triggered with a side effect, that customers became unhappy with the level of quality and the kind of service which bots were giving. And so then, we got a new phase of ChatGPT and AI making more artificially intelligent bots, and Gen AI and RTT. I'm sorry for that abbreviation. It's real-time translation. So, real-time translation is the next big, transformative step from Gen AI. And when we talk about, if I talk about Transcom, we have done wonders with that, making like 100+ languages, we are able to, provide through Gen AI live translation. And, that thing has happened, and it has helped so many clients and so many process transformations. And synthetic data, which is again a new thing, when we are seeing a scarcity of, the data being less sufficient, we need to do AI simulations, taking the data to the next level and trying to make more training and more synthetic data optimization with the AI simulation for our agents, for our customers, for our clients, and everyone. So what all these things have happened, and where are we heading? What are your thoughts? Can anyone tell me, where are we heading now? Where are we heading now? By going through the step one from the advent of this industry to what we have reached right now, to what level, what do you think will be the next step? Can anyone please tell me? Okay, 100% accuracy and compliance. What else?
More machines work for us.
Sorry, I'm not able to see. Yeah.
More machines work for us.
More machines work for us. Okay. Anything else? What is the ultimate goal that we are trying to reach to by all these things? What is the ultimate goal? Sorry? No intervention of human. So you want to eradicate the human race? Okay, no, I'm just kidding. But so let's see, if I tell you God knows, no, that's not the right. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you with that comment. So what I believe is that we are all heading towards this one particular mission, and I'll not call that a model. We are heading towards this one particular mission, which is creating promoters for our clients, for our brands, for our companies, and for everyone. Because this entire business goal of all these technologies, all these solutions and everything is to create a promoter, not just a customer. or not just making the customer happy or satisfied, but we want our customers, our brands, to be the promoters, so that we don't need to do all these analysis and all these insights of whether they're happy or not, whether they're not happy. But it's all creating promoters. So now let's think about the major challenges of today's CX strategy. So the first challenge, or the first, I will say, dilemma, which we have been living throughout the advent of this industry, is effortless customer versus empowered customer. Now, this is a very big paradox, which we are all living, and we are trying to make a quest between whether we want to make our customers, our consumers, effortless, or we want to empower them, whether we want to make them do not visit the website at all, or whether we want them to go to the website and do the self-service themselves. This is a dilemma. I mean, we want to make them effortless or more empowering, and in that dilemma, we are not making a decisive roadmap of what is our CX journey. Whether we want to reduce their customer effort by these bots, by these self-service options, by these digital platforms and channels, or we want to have a Gen AI application where that particular automation runs through the entire customer data and the insights, and then reaches out proactively to the consumers and tells them, okay, this is where you are going to stuck, or you will be stuck, or you are stuck, and this is how you can come out, or this is how we can help you. Then the next challenge, or the next dilemma, is that our RPAs. Is that a robotic process automation or just a task terminator? I don't know whether you all, I think Mr. Gurnani were there in the last conference. So where in my last presentation, we talked about task terminators, small vendors and task terminators. So if we have a coffee vending machine, it's just a task terminator, which is just automated, programmed, and it does what it was told to. But whether we want to have a really cognitive and really intelligent automation, or is it just a pure RPA that we want to go for? The next challenge is now when we talk about the Gen AI or the real Gen AI, how cognitive it is. What I believe is that if we call something as intelligent, it has to be cognitive. It cannot be just programmed for scenarios. It cannot be just programmed for future predictions, but it has to be cognitive to sense. When Mr. Rachit, he started with a very good note, of generating insights by using the people and how people can train AI. So that is the actual step where we need to invest in our people to train the AI models, to make them more sensitive, more sentimental, and more intuitive towards the situations, and not just programmed for a particular scenario or a particular outcome. So having said that, what I believe is the latest challenge, or the latest thing that we need to really work upon, is data and the tech that we need to deploy for having all these solutions. We as BPO vendors or the CX vendors, we are much reliant on the tech vendors, for the technology, for the stack of all the solutions and everything. So what is the commercial challenge here? I mean, should we go ahead and buy these technologies, or we should make a partnership, or how are we going to leverage this data in order to put into the implementation? So the build and buy kind of challenge is, which I believe is the foremost challenge, latest one. So just reordering this, and now let's think of how we can aim for the solutions of this. So here is what the God knows thing will work for us. Okay, so the first one is the generative part. Like I said, it can only be called a generative AI if it is cognitive, if it is predictive, and if it is prescriptive. Unless it is not these three things, we cannot call it a generative AI. Okay, and this is where I can just give some examples where we talked about the real-time translation fact, and can anyone imagine that from Cairo, with a bunch of, let's say, 13 or 14 agents, we can service the entire Swedish markets, entire Finnish markets, entire Iceland markets? Can we ever imagine that? But we did that. And from Cairo, we can service all these languages, the Nordics language, the European languages, with just using the real-time translation. And this real-time translation is so intuitively designed or so intelligently designed that it understands, apprehends the language that the customer is speaking. And the customer don't need to choose the language option. And when the customer speaks his language, it is intuiting that language, apprehending, responding in that same nuances, in the same language model of the customer. And it is the best voice-to-speech and speech-to-text translation. And proactive and prescriptive. We need to have a solution that needs to be proactive, be prescriptive, and predictive. Unless we don't have that, we cannot call it generative. Okay, operationally scalable and agile. Okay, now this is again a very important thing that we might have the solution, the capability, and everything, but if we are not able to scale it and make it more agile, for more development, for more improvements in that, then again, that is going to be a roadblock in our solution design. So we need to be very much design thinking when we develop these solutions, that our solutions are operationally scalable and agile. Okay. Now this part, I think it is the crux, and it is the most important part which most of the CX vendors, most of the BPO vendors are missing, and what is rightly brought up. And I'm very happy that we started with this note. Mr. Rachit, I really thank you. It's really a great thing that we started with this note, that a democratic data design thinking process is what we need. We really need to loop in our agents, our clients, our customers together, and then do the design thinking process in order to make this entire solution really automated, really generative, really cognitive, really productive, and prescriptive. So when we talk about this, let me take an example of the insights. We talk about knowledge and insights. So what if I tell you that we have automated the entire voice of client or voice of customer process? The entire VOC process is automated through this generative AI solution, wherein the root cause analysis of the problems, the interactions with the customers, and the sentiment analysis is done, and even the intuitive language and the models are also analyzed. So with the entire VOC process being automated, the customer feedback is directly looped in to the mainstream solution programming. And that is where the solution, what we will develop or we have developed, will really be more effective. So let's say, for example, I remember we at Transcom, our agents analyzed 20,000 customer interactions. And having said that, we developed a process of this generative AI insights generation, the entire VOC automation, wherein for one of the clients of the Nordics telecom. And what we derived is that 98% accuracy on the sentiment analysis, 94% accuracy on speech-to-text conversion, transcription, and 100% agent satisfaction. And I think it was also about the solution modeling. So we came up with really great results. So I think the most important part is the mind sharing and the democratic data design part, which we need to focus on. So here is the thing about knowledge and insights, what I was saying about. So we need to loop in all the agents, clients, and our associates and everyone to make this happen. And lastly, strategic partnership and co-innovation. If we want to really go for a co-innovation prospect where our clients, our tech vendors, our consumers and all are happy. We really need to commercially be more viable by just strategically partnering with our tech vendors instead of going for purchases, instead of going for stack-on purchases or making acquisitions. I think strategic partnership and co-innovation with our clients, our tech vendors, our brands is something that we really need to focus on. So having said that, I will just rest for now, taking a pause. And like I have written over here, Sa Vidya Ya Vimuktaye. Knowledge and insights is what really liberates us. It's not something that binds us, or it's not something that closes the loop. It actually opens for more loop, for more opportunities, for more options and everything. I think that's all from my side. I'll just wait for any questions and any comments from your side. Thank you for this.
I'd like to call upon stage Mr. Anil Kumar, Chief Technology Officer, Exotel, to do the honors.